Now, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is in Washington, D.C. and on being asked about the party's alliance with Indian Union Muslim League in Kerala, he said, and I quote, "Muslim League is a completely secular party. There's nothing non-secular about the Muslim League." Now, this is something that has again stirred a controversy. Let's try and listen into what Rahul Gandhi said.
Muslim League is a completely secular party.
Right.
There's nothing non-secular about the Muslim League. Muslim League is a completely secular party.
Right.
There's nothing non-secular about the Muslim League.
Well, Pallavi Ghosh continues to be with us. Pallavi, another controversial statement there by Rahul Gandhi.
Well, he was asked a question specifically about Kerala, and this was again the context of the minority community, and he was talking about Muslim League, one of the allies of the Congress party from Kerala, where Rahul Gandhi, if you remember, was a member of parliament from. He's talking actually about Kerala and the Muslim League over there, which was an ally, as we all know, is an ally of the Congress party. And he said that it's absolutely wrong to say that the Muslim League is a parochial party or it is an anti-national party. He said it's a very much secular party and the Muslim League should not be looked upon. So just a clarification which came in from Rahul Gandhi was that he was talking only in the context of Kerala and not the 1947 or the pre-1947 Muslim League we are talking about.
Well, Pallavi, clearly that is something, though he has talked only about the current scenario in Kerala, will draw ire of the BJP. Is it likely now that the BJP will target Rahul Gandhi over this particular statement? Because there's a clear connotation that the Muslim League has in the minds with respect to the role since the time of the independence. So this statement, will it further be used by the BJP now?
I think so. I agree with you, Vinaya, because there is, and Rahul Gandhi did make a mention of that, a kind of a polarization politics which is there in place. We also know that despite the Congress party talking about Muslims and minorities' rights, it's also treating on a soft Hindutva path. I mean, we saw that happening in to temples where Rahul Gandhi is being projected as a Janayodhari Brahmin. Very clearly, the Congress party understands that at least in the northern belt and parts of south, but primarily in the northern belt, Ram Mandir Hinduism becomes a very emotive factor. Now, if Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, for example, is in charge of a state like Uttar Pradesh, she cannot be seen as opposing the whole Hindutva ideology. Now, this is something which will work into a narrative of the BJP, where, you know, the Congress party has been and will be seen and projected as a party which champions the rights only of the minority, which is against the anti-Hindu mindset. You know, what happened, for example, in a new parliament building inauguration and the scepter, the Sengol issue. Again, the Congress party's opposition to the priests or the adhinams being called in for that inauguration will be projected by the BJP as yet another example on how the opposition parties, particularly the Congress party, is anti-Hindu. And this can boomerang on them, which the Congress party also understands.
Well, Pallavi, it has been historically accused, the Congress has been historically accused for appeasement politics by the BJP. And time and again, we have seen that that has been a critical issue between the both parties. Do you see this as fresh arsenal now?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And because we are inching closer, not just to important state elections, but also as far as the Lok Sabha elections, the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. We know, for example, the Ram Mandir is going to be inaugurated in January 2024. That will become a very emotive point. Though the Congress's calculation is that we must have control over the South, but to compensate for what we don't have in the North. But the fact also remains that in the North, its allies or other opposition parties, like whether it's YSR, whether it's KCR's party, BRS, they are much, much more powerful than, say, the Congress party in these states. So the Congress also needs to do well in the northern belt. It cannot be seen or projected as an anti-Hindu party or a convenient Hindu party. Therefore, these words of Rahul Gandhi, if he keeps on talking about minorities being targeted or, you know, for example, like he mentioned about Sengol, this is something which will not work into a new strategy which the Congress party is working about. on. That's one. And the second thing is their parties, for example, Owaisi's party, they always criticize the Congress party of being very selective, very convenient, feeling for the plight of the minorities. Seeing that today the minorities are turning their back to the Congress party, this almost remains a fact only because the Congress party very conveniently decides which side it wants to stand on, depending